Boogaloo is a broad ideology that the government is overreaching its bounds on citizens. Although the Boogaloo is mostly a fringe philosophy, a sociology professor tells me it's gaining strength.
We certainly do see a lot more people who are on edge on this end of the political spectrum right now.
That uneasiness is caused by the whirlwind of a pandemic, an economic downturn, restrictions from the government, and the protests and riots in past months.
The Boogaloo perspective has been around for a while, but it really took off this summer in terms of being a very central component of that identity for a lot of folks on this end of the political spectrum.
All of which, Amy Cooter says, are the reason why people are protesting the government and more are turning to militias and movements like the Boogaloo. In affidavits filed yesterday, the Michigan State Police said the Boogaloo is a term referencing a violent uprising against the government or an impending politically motivated civil war. MSP also said a militia group called the Wolverine Watchmen met for field training exercises to prepare for the Boogaloo.
Militias are everywhere, but they have a very strong history in Michigan. It's also true that I think for a variety of reasons in Michigan, a lot of folks do buy into notions of strong individualism.
Due to a significant portion of Michiganders who hunt, fish, and use firearms, Cooter says it's not a stretch for them to use their guns for another hobby, like protesting governments. She also said Michigan's militias have a long-standing history in the state and are admired by others, although some she spoke with doubted the feasibility of their plan.
The folks I talked to yesterday who had actually interacted with a few of the men who were arrested did not have high opinions of their intellect, were very skeptical of their ability to carry off any part of this plot successfully.
Even so, with believers across the country, the Boogaloo ideology isn't going away. And Cooter also makes a distinction between constitutionalist militias and millenarian militias. Constitutionalist militias believe everyone needs to help enforce a literal interpretation of the Constitution, whereas millenarian militias tend to believe in conspiracy theories and are more prone to violence, like the Boogaloo. She says right now it appears the Wolverine Watchmen fall into that latter category.